Welcome back to another episode of Gather Them Podcast. I'm your host, Jerome, and welcome back. We're back with another week. I did not get to put out my media review this week, but I am planning to continue to work on it and put it out maybe next week or something. This has been one of the most stressful moments in my life, but I'm also in a state where I'm like, if life is coming to get me, come and get me. Like, I'm really like packing them up because this shit is just like really fucking ridiculous. I just can't even. And I think part of it is this dialysis thing, which is going fine. I think something I realize as I'm, just going through this process again, is realizing how hard it is to stick to this renal diet and maintain a level of a healthy weight under the guise of still being like quote unquote healthy, or like living a life that is just like that continues to go on, but like I don't know, it almost feels like sometimes it's like a half-life. If I like really have to describe it, it's like you get some stuff, but then it starts to feel like every single second of your life you're just monitoring like everything, because your kidneys normally do that. You can't just eat everything, you can't just do everything. Like, you gotta be demure and ladylike about the way you eat and the way you did it. So like, I came home, right, and I immediately asked my chatbot, like, listen, so we're going to get this shit to, like, we're going to like get it, we're going to get this shit together. Like, we're going to get this shit together. So I just was like, okay, well, what can I do to start like maybe incorporating more potassium in? Because like, I feel like even though I'm eat vegan, like primarily plant-based, it's like it's literally rice and tofu sometimes, and I'm like, okay, it's like reminding myself I have to eat for fuel and like this, that, and the third, versus just eating like some snacks or whatever. And like, sometimes the snacks are good, and then going those long periods of time, sometimes when I don't eat, it just like helps. But it's like I'm really being forced to slow back down. And I think something that has been, coming to mind as I am going through this is the fact that I've been feeling a bit, I'll say I feel a bit stronger in this time around. It's not like the last time, where last time I was just like, well, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, but like, it feels like this feels a lot more genuine, for me, of like taking on this responsibility, being like, okay, this is something I'm really going to deal with. And I think that as I'm doing it, it's starting to make me realize like, okay, there's things I'm going to have to cut out of my life, or not forever, but like things that do that I'm not going to maybe do, eat, like enjoy, as I'm doing this, because I'm recognizing the severity of it a lot more. Like, again, when this first happened to me, I was like 23. So like now it feels a little like, okay, I'm thinking about it more. I'm like 10 years older. Like I gotta, whatever. So like, long story short, we're gonna move on. But long story short, I think I'm trying to have fun with the process, enjoy the process a little bit more, enjoy the fact that I have the ability to do it from home versus like going to a center. I'm treating it kind of like science class, because there's a lot, because I have to know actually like what everything is and like what's going on and like whatnot. Especially with like the fact that they didn't, and this is the thing, they don't really explain. I didn't feel like they really explained to me the dialysis, like they didn't really explain a lot of certain processes to me, I feel like, enough as they're doing now. And I don't know, it can't be that I'm more checked in because I was checked in then. So it doesn't make sense to me that, like, there's things I'll look up or things that I'll like, because I'm like researching this too, but like there's things I'll look up or things that they'll say that I'm like, I wonder why no one told me that the first time. That would have made me maybe think about this a little bit harder or like feel differently. But I also wonder if it's like going through that period of depression was like really hard for me to take in that idea that like of like what this means or like what this is. Um, and I also think too, I have like actual things to that I care about. Like there's, my friends, my family, my business. I don't know. I'm still going to work on that. And also, it just kind of feels different now. It feels like I feel more like energized or more thoughtful about it. And the fact that I'm like, I really don't want to have another surgery, like again for real, but I'm going to have another surgery, like again. So if I want another kidney or it's this forever, which this isn't fun. So I'd rather go back to doing that. And so, yeah, we are going to be getting back on that. It's nice to get the validation that like I'm doing well because I'm always afraid of like messing up. And I know that it's me versus like them taking care of me. So I have to be like a little bit more delicate and slow down and like all of those things. And so it's making me think about a lot more now, I think, when it comes to health and wellness. And even like getting a kidney isn't like the goal or like the goal to be the final end goal, but to like maintain it and potentially find a cure or like an actual permanent fix, because it doesn't make sense that we have like one, it doesn't make sense to me that we have every organ where we have all these organs in our body and some of them can regenerate. I get that. Like some can, some can't, but the kidneys are like such a vital organ. I'm like, okay, that is pretty like evolution kind of fucked us up there. Well, not really. The US, did, and agriculture and things like that fucked us up. But the, fact that like we are not adjusting and more people are going on dialysis. And this is another thing I wanted to say just really quickly is the fact that like my nurse and I were talking about how people don't want to get their vaccinations. And recently they said something about measles right now is not there's not, you don't have to get vaccinated for it or yeah, whatever the hell. And I'm just like, okay, but I got sick because I had pneumonia, and it was the fact that the pneumonia like turned into a virus, or no, not turned into a virus. I had a pneumonia and a virus, and the virus attacked my heart, which attacked my kidneys, and then the pneumonia didn't help because I wasn't able to get any rest to like recover, so the pneumonia just kept getting worse. So I wasn't able to sleep. I wasn't really able to eat. I just felt like a zombie some days, and so I finally got in the hospital, and they were like, "What the hell are you even doing?" And I didn't have insurance, so it's like, "Well, what the hell do? You end up just spending like, $1 million, and then you get insurance, because you are poor and you don't know how to do it yourself. So you have the hospital social worker help you, and the financial, I forget what they call themselves, the financial, they weren't like account management or like business or I forget, but like, yeah, you have them people apply for your Medicaid application or your MAUD application if you have MAUD in your state. But yeah, that's how that went. And I know more now than I did then. And the caveat too was that I was more stressed then than I am now. Because there was a fucking lot going on that year. Like that year had a lot going on. I don't even know how I made it through that. But yeah, I also wanted to just say, just really quickly that I saw a couple things that I just wanted to say, like bring up just briefly. Like we don't have to stay here. I just wanted to have a minute. Let me see. Shoot. I don't know what I did with one of the pictures. I took a screenshot of something that I was supposed to talk to y'all about. Let me see. Okay, so this is the top thing I did want to say. Like, first off, Nicki Minaj got a golden card from Trump. Like, I don't know how that happened. Someone hilariously said, what in the Willy Wonka? And I fucking died. That shit was fucking funny. Gigi, I also saw something else, something about a guy that does numerology. And I found, oh, this is what it was. I was supposed to tell y'all. So I was like, I had a theory, right, about Azealia Banks because, what was it? Recently I had this thought and I was like, it's so wild how she just completely was like, fuck it, I'm not making music no more. And so my thought was like, my thought has always been like, maybe she's like secretly a billionaire and or like a millionaire or something, and or the ultra wealthy now. And she's like, just away. And I remember she made this comment about, what was it? She made the comment that she was a media critic or something to that effect. And I was like, I ended up seeing this guy who's called his name is GG33. He is the numerology guy. So I saw another video. We're gonna wrap this up. But like I saw another video on X, formerly known as Twitter, and I saw that Azealia Banks was following him. I saw a video of him talking to a guy about the 2026 crypto crash and the 2027 stock crash, and how that's going to be the game plan for the next like foreseeable future. And I was like, that's actually fucking smart, and that's literally what I fucking said. And that's literally what I said. I said it makes more sense for there to be more of a crypto rally around, what was it, the midterms, because of like Trump has to still appease like the crypto bros in order to even try to get at this point, I mean, I think, but even try to get the conservatives to get the midterms. Now, I mean, that's a wild, like crazy theory, and that is a theory, like it's not true or anything. I just had this thought, like, that would be so wild if that happened. But the fact that Azealia Banks is following this man that said this makes me think that like she's off somewhere and she's like living the best life. I mean, she still talks about people or whatever, because like she doesn't see herself now as like she sees herself as celebrity, but she's not that like or she's not trying to even be like that anymore. So it's like she sees herself in a new light and in a new way. And I'm like all here for it, right? Because like, you know, the reads are still fucking funny. But I think it's just so funny that I had that thought. And I was like, now if this man is fucking right, right? And I'm fucking right. And I'm like, then maybe I'm right about that too. That would be so fucking wild. Anyway, moving on. We're going to talk briefly. As I keep seeing social media posts about this. So one post that I saw, oh my God, these are so fucking funny. I just want to say that. This person, Too Raw Too Real, posted this, like how I slept with 6 straight men, married men, in one night. I can't see. It's backwards for me. And I know I just saw it, like, but leave me alone. But it's so funny. I keep seeing these posts where people are posting this so that people can click on it, and that they are then taken to the page where, or they'll take it to the person's post, and then they will have a picture carousel of what to do, like what is ICE, like what, like to get people clued in, because honestly, like social media is kind of like that now. Like you have to be like, okay, I have to appeal to like the aunties or the unks in order to really, or like the checked out millennials or whatever. Because I feel like Gen Z, I don't know if they care about this, but like, and maybe they do. I don't know. I don't really care about it too much. I cared enough to click, just because I was like, okay, well, let's see how where this goes. But I'm also just kind of like, I'm not disappointed that I clicked it. Like I'm not mad. Like there would be people that's probably like mad that they clicked it. And they don't know what ICE is. Or don't know what ICE is. And so I just wanted to say a study, it looks like on here is included, where they talk about the number of people that were um, sexually assaulted by ICE. 20, oh wow, 32 people died in custody. 32 people died in ICE's custody in 2025, and 6 have already died this year. That's fucking crazy. And then children are often separated from their families, forced to bear these conditions alone, which is like really sad. It's like I don't know what we're doing anymore. Like I don't know like how people can live with themselves like and do this. Um Someone said that identifying ICE, or this person said that identifying ICE, the next picture says that they are often in Fords, Chevrolets, Dodges, GMCs, like type of cars. And the cars may be labeled on the door or near with ICE, Homeland Security, CBP, or Immigration and Customs engagement enforcement. ICE agents often use heavily tinted windows to conceal their identities. You can find ICE vehicles license plates at www dot bleh, bleh, sorry www dot stopice.net, and then call your senators at 202 242. Sorry, damn. I'm like so fucking tired, and I'm like, I'm going to get it together. Call your senators at 202 224 3121. And then there's a script here. I'm not going to read that. And then there's some additional materials of know your rights and things like that, which I think is really important. Like people don't, because and something else that made me like really come back to this was the video about the woman that had ICE show up to her house with the DoorDash driver that ran in the house. And whether or not that, I don't know if that's true. I feel like I can't trust anything anymore. So I feel like if I share something or if I see something or if I say something, like even last week in the video when I was like, you know, ChatGPT, tell me like if the mayor wanted the National Guard to come to Philly. I ended up researching it afterwards just to fact check. And it's so funny because I left it in the episode. But I went to fact check, and she did actually want them here at one time, that she wanted the National Guard here, but now she doesn't because I guess tensions are high and like things would be, are, you know, all the XYZ. So I don't know. But yeah, so it is like one of those things where I'm like, I can't really trust anything. So like I do somewhat, and this is like the thing too, where I'm like, I fact check usually with AI using like things like Perplexity if it's like super serious, or I'll just like use Gemini or Google when I'm like on searching Google. And then if I need to specifically look, I'm already on Google and I can just click on the link and I can just go there if I need to. But like, I mean, this is kind of the shit we talked about in school. Like, not to get too off the rails, but like, you can't really trust anything until you verify it. I did want to talk about too, Cat's album, Cat Burns from The Traders. But I'll wait on that one because I did a listen and it's been a couple weeks. And so I wanted to do a re-listen, but I haven't had the chance because, again, I haven't had the capacity to take anything super new in. I've been watching a lot of animes. I did make an anime episode, but that joint is trash. And it was supposed to come out Wednesday this week. That shit was trash. I don't Anime is a hard one for me because it's one of the ones where I know the characters and I know it's names. The it's names mostly. Like it's names. It's sometimes the like places they go to. Sometimes like the characters that they like. The interactions or something comes up that like maybe a word that like I don't know. I just wouldn't know for some reason, and so it can be like it'll like come up when I'm like recording where I'm like, damn, I don't know that, or damn, I don't know that, or how do I pronounce that, or what is that? And I'm like, well, I remember what happened because like I watched the show, but it's like I don't want to get the characters mixed up because oftentimes I'll refer to them like I'll refer to them as like how the other characters refer to them, which is not the correct way to refer to them because essentially I mean, you're not going to fucking know if like I tell you that somebody calls someone sensei and there's like five senseis in the show. It's like, well, how do you describe that person without, you know? So I am working on that. We're working. I will say there have been some animes I've been very captivated and taken, you know, I'm a little shocked by. Kaya Chung isn't scary. I saw the third episode. That it's interesting. It's like not scary, but like it's scary a little bit. Yeah, it's not scary, but it's scary. What else? Oh, and then the fact that her mom is well, she has this whole thing going on at her house where I guess her mom is I don't know what's going on with her house and her mom. And her dad is like bewitched. It's the weirdest thing. But I would highly recommend. Like it's a very, very good anime. Um, the guy see here we go, because I'm working. My brain is trying to cook. The guy that ends up, I guess, that seems to be stalking her does have a backstory. Like it's not super creepy. I mean, it's creepy, but it's not like super. It's not as creepy as we're thinking it is. Um, so I'm excited to see where how that continues to play out. But it seems like he knows things about her, or maybe is trying to get someone else to help because he doesn't know how or when or what. Like the occult journalist guy. What was his name? It was like Mondo or something like that. I can't really remember. See, this is the part where I'm like, y'all are gonna like beat my ass. And I don't right now have the capacity to just like sit on my phone and be like, pause on this for like that, like right now. Um, we are we're worked. But I have been playing video games too. I've been playing, and that's what I've been doing instead of like watching other like TV. I was watching Salt Lake City. The girls, they're are wild. But I've been watching that in passing. I haven't really watched a movie as of late. That's been something I wanted to watch him, but I haven't watched that. But I've been playing video games. I've been still working my way through Digimon. I imagine that's just going to take a long time, so I'm going to continue with that. What else? I'm playing Outlaws. Star Trek, no, Star Wars Outlaws. Y'all will, oh my gosh, if I said Star Trek, um, Star Wars, they essentially have the gold version right now for I think it's like, well, it was for when I brought it. I don't know if it is now. It was like last week, but they had it for what was it, like 39.99 or something like that, or 29.99. I can't quite remember. But I saw that the regular standard version is 69.99 still, which is like that's fucking ass because I've had that game on in my demo list since I want to say maybe last year, beginning of last year, maybe end of, I don't know when the game exactly came out, but it's been out for a while. So the fact that it is like $70 still is wild. And then it was $30 for the gold. And then I think the highest one or the standard or platinum or whatever it is was like 129.99. I was like, I don't like Star Wars that much to pay that price, but I was like, okay, let me give it a try. It's like pretty good. And then I found out you don't play with lightsabers lightsabers too. So I was also like, I'm not going to pay that price if I can't do that. Um, I asked the internet, and the internet says you can't. So I was like, let me just play this game. Let me check it out. Let me see what how it goes. I do like it a lot. Like I was surprised that I like it as much as I do, but I like these kind of games. I like the single player, like solo games. I think sometimes the shooting mechanics can be very annoying because you can't. I'm getting better at aiming. I think that's what it is. It's the aiming's getting better. I'm trying to, I guess, get a better handle on the controls. I am working my way through 3 games, by the way. So, like, we have to keep switching the brain. But something that is really fun about it is I love that we get to have, I guess, the little, like, I don't even know what the creature is called. Like, I didn't even really pay. This is what I mean. Like, I'm like just playing a game. Um, is like running along and like fighting with you or like stealing and like pickpocketing the people. I think it's like really, really fun and like interactive that like it's like a two play like a two like you have an assistant or like a partner and I like that. Like I like games where you have a little partner that can like do extra things or distract and like throw out like different things. So yeah, that's been fun. And to my surprise, like pretty good. Like I'm working my way downtown. Next, I'm playing. I circle back to Batman Arkham Return to Arkham, which is okay. Like it's like that game gives me so much vertigo because of the running that it makes me just feel like I have to lay down. Like I don't know why the controls are that way. My friend told me I need to switch them, but I just feel like it shouldn't come that way. Like it shouldn't come where I have to like run with the joystick and or walk with the joystick and then press the X button to run. Like that doesn't make sense to me. So we're not. I'm working my way, but it gives me like wild vertigo, and I have to remember I can switch that. So when I go back in, I'll adapt. Because I think the controls were just really wonky all over that game, but it's a really fun game. I do want to say it is really fun. And I haven't really needed to look online to like figure things out. Like so, it's been a game where I feel like I can play it, and it's not anything that's too, and that's been Star Wars 2 right now. Like it's been very straightforward. Like I don't have to do too much or like, you know, try too much or whatever. Like it just feels like it's as long as I am like playing the game and I'm doing what they need me to do. Because sometimes in Star Wars, I literally would just be like, okay, I'm just gonna, not do the right thing, and then these things are gonna run out at me, and then I'm just gonna keep fighting, um, instead of just sneaking around because it's just for fun. Like I just feel like the sneaking around part is like what you would do in real life. So I'm like in a video game. Like what else would you do? You would just, I don't know. You would just, I guess you would try to be smart, but and guns blazing never really works. It never works ever every time. So I, yeah, I don't know. I've been trying though. I've been trying to be more in alignment with maybe what they're trying to get me to do. But sometimes they'll ask me to do stuff like, "Oh, do you see that camera right there?" Or, "Oh, do you see that like um I don't know that like guard over there or whatever?" And they're like looking maybe, and I'm or the like whoever it is, and I'm just like, okay, but like I didn't really see it, So I need a better quality TV. I do need that. But yeah, I've been having fun with Star Wars. Despite the, you know, TV problems, I guess. Uh, that was actually a really good media corner. Like we didn't really do, we did better than I thought on that. And lastly, the only thing I just wanted to focus on, I guess, kind of my final thought, is how I'm maintaining right now. Which this isn't going to be a final, like a really long final thought. It's going to maybe just be, from the dome, I guess. Um, But I've been thinking about more the ways I've been taking care of myself and how I've made it through surviving a lot of the things I've gone through. And I think one of the things that I've really focused or began to focus more so on was like eating healthier, trying to take myself more seriously because I don't know if I've always have. I always felt like other people took me super serious, but I've always come as this person that's been focused on like enjoying life, having fun, things being good all the time, or things being, well all the time, and not embracing the parts that are difficult or uncomfortable. And in that, I think that I am feeling a little bit more adult as I do it. I don't feel as I remember I told someone like I could never identify as like an adult. Like that never really felt good for me because I see so much magic or like wonder or like I have so much hope and optimism and like things like that in the world that like to me it made it feel like the sad parts were like temporary or that they could just go away or that we would just, move past it or get over it. And I think that I just be stressed. Like people be like, I be stressed. Like my blood pressure be high as hell sometimes. So it just be like, well, I can't have salt if I'm going to be like stressed. So I can't be, yeah, I got to reduce my stress. So yeah, I need to get back out. That's it. I thank everyone for listening this week to Gather Them Podcasts. You can follow me on the socials at Gather Them Pod on IG, Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter. And I guess not TikTok, but like, I don't know. Like, we're going to see. I don't know. We'll see. Because I feel like with TikTok right now, my issue with TikTok is that I feel like y'all are going to go back. And y'all are going to like start sending me TikTok links and y'all going to be like, da 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 XYZ, see this, do this, and da 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 da. And I've been like observing the app to see if the algorithm is broke, which I think it was at first, but it seems to be right now. And this was like after all in one swipe. I just had to keep going down to see how broke it was. And you can send me emails at gatherthempod@gmail.com. And that's it. After this, I am going to eat something really great. I don't know what I'm going to eat yet, but it's going to be really, really amazing. And I cannot wait. Bye.